Hey everyone! Thanks for joining me. Actually, I'll give it to these fine folks here, Aaron, Brian, and Rhea. You cheered me up. Uh, I was, I have been going through a little bit of bout of depression a little bit. That's why I've been like sleeping so much, and I was honestly going to do this show myself tonight, and I'm that's why I scheduled for later. But I'm very happy you guys are here. That cheered me up. I did, just to be real, that's why I've been sleeping so much lately. That's when that's when I'm going through it. But things will get better. Things will get better. Uh, the whole Wamiko stuff and everything else going on, and
Well, there's a
yeah,
lot of stuff on your plate, man.
yeah.
It's all good.
But we could have some fun though tonight.
Mhm.
I
That's what
honestly,
we're here for, brother. We
I
gotta uplift
honestly
ya.
didn't even know. I'm like, to be real, I've been like, I haven't even been wanting to cover these fools lately with the everything's woke and garbage stuff. But I did want to have a discussion because it's Lord of the Rings, and like, what are they talking about? What makes it woke? And that's why I put in the thumbnail, like, I don't know if I was trying to be really clickbaity. Like, they're saying this is woke. And then I was like, well, what make Gandalf cosplay or gender swap? Now that might be woke. Or what do they what do they expect not to be woke? Is like this Red Sonja cosplayer here. I don't get it. Just because she's got armor, that's what's woke here. What do they have to go on? It's so superficial and prejudice. What makes it woke? Just because
Female character.
but that is it really that
That
is it really that
and race and different race.
is that
character,
really
different
is that
color
really
character.
all they just have the woke vibes? Is this really what this is all about? Because also he's on Twitter saying we're winning, we're downvoting
No,
it, but
not.
that's just giving it more engagement. They honestly just watch everything anyway. They're actually helping, right?
What they're winning against. They're,
I mean, but wait,
What's
we're
there to
gonna
they does give
win?
engagement.
Like, is there like a trophy you can take home or some shit? Like, I just don't get it.
no, like that's what he's saying on. I'll show the thing on Twitter. That's what he's saying on Twitter. Gary,
I saw it. I saw it.
is we're winning.
I did see it.
What if the video is getting more engagement? What are you winning against?
But we showed them. We downvoted.
What happens?
Okay.
What usually happens? People end up want to see it more when that stuff like that happens.
Yeah. But how are you guys doing?
Has the opposite effect. We're good. I'm good.
Doing pretty good. I just finished a stream with Devin from Yield Nerdcast. We reviewed Money Plane, a 2020 movie featuring The Edge from the WWE, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Cool. I like that.
Adam Copeland, yeah.
Yeah. Hit that like button.
He was in Highlander Endgame.
Yeah. Brian, RJ, guest host tonight. I am alive. I was just sleeping.
I wasn't gonna do it tonight. Sorry, folks. I'm running on like no sleep and a couple cans of those yerba mates.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have Brian with us. We might as well just watch a little bit, not a whole video reaction. I'm not going to do that because we have mailbag questions. That's more important. But just a little bit of where. What's that?
Well, it's fine to check in. It's fine to check in to see what the other side thinks. So let's go.
Just a little bit because it says Amazon's Lord of the Rings epic fail. The vandalization of Tolkien and fan attacks have begun. I'm like, what? Remember when we watched Jeremy? Is like, this isn't that. This is okay, and now it's proven. Now I don't get it. So don't worry too, Rhea. We won't watch a lot of it. We'll get on to mailbag questions. I won't make you suffer too much. Here we go. Epic vandalization. Jeez.
Well, sounds familiar.
All right, hold on. And I'm not going to cover this stuff too much.
It's the same old song and dance,
Well, let's see if there's any point except there's a female in armor. I mean, she's gonna be protected if she's a warrior.
I know what they're gonna use.
Man, I really.
They're gonna say she's not a warrior.
I like this commercial though. Honestly, being the big Scrubs fan that I am, dude.
We need Hans. We need Hans in here.
What? Now, this perfectly illustrates the point that they don't know what they're talking about, because the South Park, the token character, is because there's no they don't have anything else to their character except they're there, you know. Whereas these other characters have a backstory, and that's the part of the joke from South Park. Even it can be a little bit of an offensive joke as well, but South Park does that. But that perfunctory, not a lot of substance is token. So when you call everything token, that's very ignorant. You know, that's very offensive too. Especially when you say, like, someone got take it to the real world. Oh, this is exactly what you're saying with these people in the trailer. They're there because that's extremely offensive. That means that you're belittling what they have a value to the project. And that's why it does need to be called out. You know, that's very offensive. But in this particular scenario in South Park, what does the character have a lot of dialogue or so? And he's like, oh, it's token. And then that's it. They move on. That's the difference there. People still can have things to say about South Park too, of course. But here we go.
Why did you guys name him that? People have a problem with Token's name? Why did you name your son that?
My husband has always been a huge fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Oh, God.
Nerderotic.com.
I might have made a video or two on the subject
Yes, you have.
The Lord of the Rings on Prime possibly being a giant global woke disaster. And, well, that seems to be confirmed today. So, since I'm not the kind of person who
props
says,
to the collection,
I told you
though,
so,
Gary. That's
please
pretty
cue
sweet.
Razor Fist.
Fuck you, I was right! Fuck you, I was right! Fuck you,
I like
I was
Razor
right!
Fist.
Amazon's Lord of the Rings series rises inside the Rings of Power. One show to rule them all. The first look at the billion-dollar saga set thousands of years before J.R.R. Tolkien's legendary trilogy. And what we have confirmed here is tokenized Tolkien.
Oh,
remember when I joked about
that's
Lord
really all it
Galadriel?
is?
Well, here she is. Galadriel's world is a raging sea far from the wise, ethereal elven queen that...
What is wrong with
That
with
is real classy, man.
You're gonna say it's not. You're gonna say it's not true to the character in the book.
That's basically all they. I feel even. I'm not gonna watch much of this because I feel even.
I need Hans. We need Hans.
Disgust. Yeah, we do need Hans, but disgust to make a lady go through this. Sorry, Rhea. That's really disgusting. There's no substance at all to it. Really, Galadriel. Why can't she be a warrior? And that's why I put, Red Sonja in. I got a cosplayer, not the.
We did see the Hobbit,
but no one had a problem then. No one had a problem then when it's a female warrior. But because it's a certain look, does that really what it comes down to? How they look? You know, that's my question, Brian. Is it just how they look? That's all it is.
Of course, this is the most base level criticism you can possibly levy at a movie.
It's only
or
about
property.
looks because there's
It's because I think because only people have seen only one female warrior actually do stuff in all the Lord of the Rings things, and that's Eowyn, and that's the only female warrior people's ever actually did combat. So, yeah,
all
remember
right.
that?
So we'll only subject everyone to one more minute, and then we'll get on to better stuff, mailbag, and I do have some other topics too, in case there's not enough mailbag. But
there isn't.
I mean, there's really not much more. If they say that the first thing, that's their point. That's it. Superficial bullshit.
That Cate Blanchett brought to Peter Jackson's acclaimed films, the one that was way more accurate to the actual Galadriel. The Galadriel played by Margaret Clark.
Can you pause it?
Yeah.
Remember the third movie, the Hobbit movie? Wasn't it her that basically scared off Sauron and the other the Nazgul when they were kind of resurrected? Wasn't it her that they feared her? And wasn't she the one that threw them off after they rescued Gandalf? That was technically not in the Hobbit book, but that was in the movie. Wasn't it her?
I have to go back. I honestly, also with Rhea's, all her Glimmer cast and Hans talking I really want to go back and watch them again. I forget stuff. I really, I could read the books. I'll be honest with you. I'm not much of a reader, so I'd probably go back and watch it. I don't remember a lot. I do have them on Blu-ray.
I have The Hobbit on Audible.
Oh,
Nice.
that's cool.
Maybe I need to go back and listen to that one. I actually read the Lord of the Rings
Ooh,
before I watched the movies.
Yeah.
That's
So what
cool.
happened was I watched. That's it. For 2/3, I watched Fellowship of the Rings, and then I wanted to know what happened next.
Mhm.
So I cracked into the books.
Okay, Protoss X, perfect. Why can't there be one? Even if it wasn't originally intended, are we really that?
I don't care.
But here's the thing, Max.
Opposed
There
to
is
progress.
racism. There is racism.
Dwarfs, they could be any color.
Yeah.
There's racism in
They could be
in
blue.
Tolkien, and there is racism involved in Tolkien. The elves don't think highly of dwarves.
Okay, but now all
Yeah.
these freaking nerds all were about
I know,
accuracy
you're right, Max.
just
You're
on this,
still right.
just on this point, just on superficial
This
stuff.
is not
There's
a period piece.
there's
It's a fantasy.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah, exactly.
many things that are changed for current pulp culture that now, we have to, we can't
I
let
didn't-
this happen though because it's not accurate.
I didn't see.
Did
where
they
you
like
could
The
get
Witcher?
Theo.
Did they like
I-
The Witcher?
No,
Yeah.
Courting didn't.
They had.
Well, I don't care what the quarter. Well, I'm just
Did they
saying,
make-
like,
Did
I'm
make
sure
it-
they enjoyed The Witcher. Okay, The Witcher
Did
has
it-
a very diverse cast,
Yes, it does.
and it's a fantasy.
I for
Yeah.
one,
It's
I
not.
thought-
It's not a
Thank you,
period
Matt.
piece.
Thank you,
I'm
Brian.
not looking for historical accuracy here.
Yeah,
I'm just
well-
looking for Lord of the Rings.
Well, I for one, since I've been covering this for so many years,
you.
I went from being a little ignorant myself to like now I'm like I demand a diverse cast because if it doesn't, it looks stale and boring to me. It doesn't feel timely to not have a lot of variety of characters, ethnicities, representation, and it's not like the others don't exist. If they actually had a point, it would be only diversity, and not there's something for everyone, and that's how the world should be, right?
Basically,
There's something for everyone, and I for one demand a diverse cast to give more people opportunities, regardless. It's a small inconvenience for the viewer, if anything, and really it's so superficial. Let one more minute, I promise, and then we'll get on. They see if he gets any other point here except that she is a warrior, Galadriel. And I want to
series
see
The
that.
Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, is thousands of years younger, as angry and brash as she is clever and certain that evil is looming closer than anyone realizes. I completely agree with that. And its name is Amazon, owned by Jeff Bezos. So we're just going to take some pieces out of this very long article, but it does indeed confirm and deny a couple of our concerns. But I'll just say up front about the inclusivity and diversity that's going to be used against us,
What? Why
weaponized
is it
against fans.
Yes,
who just
Amazon is
want
doing this to be
the
against
people
you.
who are adapting J.R.R. Tolkien's work
That's
to
their goal.
be, as Tom Shippey says,
Go to war
as
with these people.
Tolkienian as possible, to respect the lore. But instead,
All right, that's enough. That's enough. It weaponized against fans. That's ridiculous. Just because they exist.
You know when people say like that? The
What?
Snyder, the talks of
Oh,
Snyder
okay.
fans.
Okay.
Not you,
Aaron,
Max.
not you.
But they kind of have the same belief.
It's not weaponized for anything. They're just.
I know,
They're
but
just acting.
I,
They're just acting in a role. It's not weaponized. It's not against anyone.
no, it's
What
not.
is this? What is this? Oh my
It's
god!
not. Warner Brothers is not against anybody. Amazon's not against anybody. No, you're right. Like
That's extremely disappointing. It's the same thing. The same thing. I'm looking forward to it. I will be real. That I know Matt Jarbo. He's saying it's not an attack against white people. It's so stupid. That's so stupid. There's how many white people were in the trailer? They're still in there.
I think it's
that there's a
issue-
variety. There's a variety of people in it.
I think they're trying to see it. They're trying to be say it's because Lord of the Rings is medieval and there's not really a lot of like darker skinned people during medieval times, and women necessarily didn't fight during medieval times. But I'm like, was there dragons during medieval times? Was there elves during the medieval times? Was there dwarves during medieval times? Like,
Have they never heard of Othello? like
Yeah, or- yeah.
by Shakespeare. That's is that woke for like the
Yeah.
the Middle Ages? It was starring a black man in
Yeah.
a Shakespearean play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like so this I personally don't really like to comment on stuff.
I
like
know,
this,
I
'cause
know,
it's
I
like,
know, I know.
yeah, because like I'm so like enthused and optimistic about the
Yes.
series, and I love covering it. I am filled with joy personally when
Yes.
I see representation on the screen for folks who look like me or resemble me, or like folks that I love and I care about in my family who are non-white. So
Yeah.
for me, it is it's not like a full like win in my book, but it's still like like it makes me feel good to see it. So like
Yeah. And that's
yeah,
why I'm all for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fine with me. Like,
it's very
I-
sad that you see someone being represented and you say it's an attack. And as much as they are against social justice warriors, saying everything is an attack needs to stop with people. Being having a actor or actress getting a role, it doesn't affect you at all. And saying it's an attack is extremely pathetic. But let's move on from that.
One thing I did want to also add to that is that racist comments aside, there's also like the argument like, oh, the dwarf princess doesn't have a beard, and I'm like, no, she does have a beard. Like if you zoom in, there are
Yes.
hairs under her chin. But some people are confusing that for the shadow, and I'm just like, well, like it's there, so I don't know what else you want me to do about it.
Yeah. It is. She does have a beard. Yeah, they do have beards in this. Yes.
So it feels like they're kind of grasping at straws to like try and find reasons
Because
why
they're
this person should.
stupid. That's it.
It's kind of exhausting too, but like yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's move on to better things here. Let me bring up, and it's getting a lot of views too. Like I will share this before we move on. This is what he retweets on Twitter against heat, supporting downvote mobs. You're just helping the view. It's so stupid because they're helping, and they're probably all going to watch it and they're all going to review it.
Well, folks, not the owners of the channel cannot see the dislikes anymore, right?
There's extensions that you could get. So I guess the Troll King, Gary, and the rest downloaded an extension so they could still the downvotes are still there. It's just they made it
Amazon doesn't give it down
to normal viewers. Mr. Chuck Nasty, but you don't have a lot to go on though.
Amazon doesn't give it down. They
No,
invest a lot of money in it. They're not going to.
They don't have an agenda just to attack people. They want everyone to watch. They want to give more people opportunities. They're spending so much money. It's not just. No one's going to spend that amount of money just for a political agenda, just to infuse it and not have a good story. That's just ridiculous. No one's going to spend that amount of money. They might do some things, make some changes that you don't personally agree with. If you're a gatekeeper of a certain property, and that should stop as well. But they're not going to spend all that money just to get woke points. No, they're doing it for make money, tell a story, and have a great product on their service. Now they could still fail. They could still fail.
Sure.
The context of the writing or something might still be. It really just still comes down to story, but they won't talk about that part. They ignore.
In their
that.
mind, it's already the story and the writing is going to be a fail.
The phrase "preaching to the choir" tends to come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
They're just preaching to their audience, man, and that's at the end of the day. I don't agree with any of that shit, man. Honestly, everybody love everybody, and I have no issues with like however casting. I'm with Rhea, man. If that's I want to be positive about this show.
Yeah.
So
there's not enough to go negative. I mean, not that you should go negative either. There's
no, but
there.
I mean, it's just. But it's the same old song and dance, and that's why like covering the menace is just like
why can't Galadriel be a warrior too? Like I don't know. I didn't.
She is, dude. Didn't she fight at the battle of freaking the first one with Sauron and all that stuff?
No,
Like,
she wasn't there. No.
She's
what the
more
hell,
like
man?
magical powers, and later on in her life, I'm guessing is what they're trying to say. But we'd have to
Either
get
She was not in
Hans.
that battle,
way.
Brian.
We'd have to
But-
get Hans to say what she was earlier.
Oh, but I'm just saying, like, guys, is this what we're our hill to die on? Like, this is where we're gonna take our last stand. Like, no, dude,
They're just moving on to the next thing.
well, it's clicks, revenue, super chats, whatever, it's memberships, it's all that, it's that whole role. But
It's kind of confusing too because there are there's people in the East, and like folks in the East, like are of darker skin descent, and like so.
Here that's a good point with streaming. Things are being made for the worldwide market more than they used to be too. So it's not just to get your political; it's to make the cast very appealing to worldwide audiences.
Yeah, so everyone can feel included.
Yeah, in streaming more and more the way that they're going to, because of also the rise of piracy. Not to get into that topic. But the way for your streaming platform to benefit is being in more and more regions and have something for each have that, have all those factors in there for your property. Let me see. What is Reno saying? I don't care what color, have a bit of hair behind her jaw, but her face, chin, and cheeks have Tino, Rhea just addressed that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hear what he's saying, because like if we look at like a picture of a dwarven wife from like the Hobbit movies, like she had a full blown beard, and she was mistaken as a male dwarf. So in comparison, like maybe like this dwarf princess might be really young, and the beard comes with age. Maybe, I don't know. Like we're gonna have to watch the series and find out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
All right, so let's get to the members' mailbag here. And I still didn't get to the trailer reactions. I have to do that too. Aaron World Order. If you had a biopic made about you, who do you want to play you?
Oh, this is not the current questions?
Well, these are this, and we're doing both because I didn't get to do last week, so we'll do both.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman. I don't know. No. Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian. I don't know. I think I'm available. I could play myself. If I'm here, I could play myself. I don't know. Same question for you, Brian. Who would you get to play you?
I'd do the Howard Stern route. I'd play myself in my own biopic. Gosh, I don't know. Honestly, somebody far better looking.
No, don't do that to you, Brian.
Svelte, like Chris Pratt or something to play me.
Okay, here you go, Chris Pratt.
He'd have to Andy up a little bit, but
there's only one Rhea. Who could play Rhea in the biopic?
I think Haley Steinfeld and I share similar ethnic makeup, so maybe her.
Okay. All right, Aaron. Who's gonna play you? Who's Aaron World Order on the big screen?
Let's see. Who's a young actor that could play me?
Oh, young actor.
Yeah, I want. No,
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, Timothy.
Timothy Chalamet. Whoa.
He'll get an Oscar.
There
you go, right?
Is that what you think of Aaron? Oh my gosh! Wow. Chris is here. Hey,
or we could just cast Tom Holland or Chris Pratt again.
Yeah.
I think Chris Pratt may be too old for me. I don't know. Like Tom Holland.
Oh, okay.
Dylan O'Brien. I don't know.
Rhea's question, and I have to update the emojis too. What are your thoughts on the new Ring of Power photos and announcements? I like them. I think I like the set design. I like the costume design. The characters look intriguing. I'm not like, so I don't get the excitement from the original trailers from the OG movies yet though. Like that didn't pull me in that much. I'm definitely going to watch it. I definitely want it to succeed, but it didn't grab me there yet though. Like when I first saw the trailers from the Peter Jackson trilogy, it's like, wow, like I can't miss this. So not like even some of the monster designs were like, okay, It wasn't anything that's like, whoa, but I think everything looks really, really clean, and the cinematography and the photos of everything look very high quality. So I'm still holding out hope that it's going to be a successful series. Brian, what's your thoughts?
No, I'm down, man. Let's go. I've kind of checked out from Lord of the Rings for a while, so it'd be kind of good to get back into the old swing of
God,
things.
what did I just walk into?
Lord of the Rings.
Talking Lord of the Rings, bro.
Oh, you just watch look at the thumbnail?
No. Well, I had to stare at it for like a good 20 minutes before you finally woke your ass up.
Yes, that's true. I was sleeping. This is members mailbag, Justin.
Oh, okay.
So these are members' questions, and when we, what are your thoughts on Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power photos and announcements?
Nothing.
Okay, nothing. All right.
Well, not nothing. Well, let's just put it this way. I'm not thrilled by it at all.
Okay.
Everything about it just screams no. And
Really?
I'm just yeah. I mean, it looks very nice and very like pleasing to the eye, but I know it's just going to be full of bullshit, and people
How do
aren't
you
going to
know
like
that?
it, and they're going to like it or they're going to not like it, but no one's really giving it a chance. They're assuming
That's true.
that it's going to be a bunch of identity politics shit in it, and they also wrote themselves into a corner because there are no black people in Lord of the Rings. So what's going to happen to them? Who knows?
Well, okay. So Justin, for that situation, isn't that something we can address? We're 2022. Isn't that something? Well, originally it didn't have a lot in the original writings. Isn't that an adjustment that we can accept and make? Like, okay, let's have it so more people.
I'm not going to entertain that idea because here's why. Here's why. We can absolutely discuss that, but we can discuss this in other properties.
Yeah.
In original storytelling, not Lord of the Rings.
Well,
I don't know. I just that's just my opinion.
Okay.
I don't want to. It's its own thing, and to be honest, I'm just gonna watch Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King, and rewatch that over and over and over again, the extended editions, and be fine with that. And fuck the Hobbit movies.
Oh, don't.
And I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to watch
unless you want
this.
to. I don't know.
Instead of being mad about this series, I'm just not going to see it.
Okay,
I'm not going to see it.
That's certainly you're right. I hope it surprises you, and then you'll come back.
Well,
Maybe I'll convince you to watch it with me for a review or something.
Well, I don't know what you guys were discussing, so I'm sorry I disrupted.
We were discussing how hype we are for it, and then Justin, you came in and took it down.
Are you guys actually excited about it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm still not getting the excitement from the OG trailers, but it looks very professional. It looks very cinematic. The costume designs are great. The monster design in the trailer wouldn't thrill me yet. But I'm open to great story. It really comes down to story. It doesn't really come down to okay, there weren't a lot of representation in Tolkien's original writings. I don't care. It's 2022. As long as the story's good, that's what's important. As long as they put it in and there's good story and it's executed well, I don't care. I'm open to it, definitely. I'm gonna go back and watch the original trilogy. I like the Hobbit trilogy as well. And then I'm gonna wait.
Yeah,
Max. To Brian's point, in Richard, there were some different some of the characters were different color, right? But did they mention any of that in the show? Was that involved in any way? No. Nothing about the character's color was involved in the show. So if it's like that in the show, the Amazon show, there's nothing to talk about.
Well, I think it's I personally, even though I value your opinion, Justin, but I personally think to just only focus on someone's representation and skin color because everyone has to have so accuracy and not actually address the real issues is context and writing and is kind of superficial and potentially ignorant to only focus on that because it's execution, content, delivery. That I mean, but to go double, triple, quadruple down on just one talking point shows.
Okay, well, let me rephrase it then.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of people have been screwed over time and time and time again on IPs that involved identity politics, and a lot of people are jumping the gun on it. And because I really hold Lord of the Rings in a very high position in my movie library. Just like it's really just some of the best movies I've ever seen, and I was a little kid when they came out, and so I was blown away by it. And honestly, like I could live without it.
Okay.
But because people have been, screwed over multiple times by their favorite IPs, I think that's the angle that they're coming at, is that, oh my God, it's going to be one of those things again. And they're going to double down on like, oh, this isn't that kind of thing again. It's just like,
well,
do you guys know what I'm talking about? Or do you want me to foolishly explain it more? I feel like you guys understand where I'm coming from, or at least where other people are coming from.
We will put a pin on it though, because we want to go to the other members' questions too. But I totally understand what you're saying. I
didn't mean to detract it too much.
Okay. Oh, Brian's
Take care,
gonna
Brian.
head out. Okay,
Bye,
thanks,
bye.
Brian.
I'm so tired, guys. Have a good night.
Brian, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's not your fault. I was up till I didn't go to bed. I'm really tired.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, it's okay. It's my fault. I took a nap in the middle of the day.
Oh, don't do that.
See, I'm telling you, Max. I don't understand how you're not up like all night long.
No.
You take a nap at like what, 8 o'clock at night?
Yeah,
dude, I took a nap at the middle of the day too. So
that's called sleeping, dude.
Well, Zeno, this is a good question. I might cut. I think yes. If there's a property and there's been a different iteration, it doesn't erase that other iteration. It doesn't. My perception is it doesn't ruin it, and there's room for everything.
It's still an interpretation.
There's room for interpretation. In different versions of the character, and I want that. It has to be a little different to me to get me excited. All right, so let's get to Ramblin' Man. Still no Peacemaker in the UK or mainland Europe. Does the inability of HBO Max to penetrate such massive markets hold them back from creating much needed revenue? Yes, it does. And hamper integrating sport.
Nope. Not today's news. Not based on today's news.
Oh, what's today's news?
You didn't hear? Peacemaker's getting a season 2.
Well, no, I mean that's a success, but altogether though, Aaron, like it hamper integrating storylines through its universe as easily as Marvel. I think it is causing them to lose some opportunities for more content because of they're not in other regions, and that's probably the main reason for the merger. Is Discovery is worldwide. The Discovery app is worldwide.
Yeah.
The WB. So once the merger was went through the government, it went through.
They could.
So once they have that connection to Discovery, HBO Max is probably going to go worldwide.
They could. Oh yeah. I was thinking because I was about to say they could keep it on HBO Max in the States and put it on Discovery and worldwide, but they probably will put HBO Max worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Canada, because we already have a deal with Crave TV. We're gonna see HBO Max properties anyway. So it depends what country you're in. Some countries already have a deal with HBO and Warner to show their content.
Well, Rhea, what do you think of Ramblin' Man's question? Is this based on where he's at? He still can't. He's a paying customer that still can't pay to see some of these shows.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in why Ramblin' Man is so eager to watch it. It sounds like if it's not available where he's at, then how is the marketing so compelling for him to be interested in it? but I'm assuming it's because he saw the Suicide Squad and heard there was a series coming out for it. But yeah, no, I'm sure he's eager to watch it, but I'm also wondering like who else in your area is excited to watch it, because that would kind of determine, you know, the market demand for it, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of HBO properties that are just that people were like wanted when the Snyder Cut was coming out, they had to pirate it to see it. It's still this situation for HBO Max. It's how many years has it been since it launched, and they still are not in certain regions. So
2 years.
Yeah.
Like, it was 2020. Like when the pandemic basically started, that's when they launched it, right?
Yeah.
No, it came out last year.
I think it was, let me see.
I think it was 2020.
Oh yeah, HBO Max came out the year Wonder Woman 84 came out, I think, because that was available for free day and date Christmas 2020.
Well, that's 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. So, any thoughts you want to add, Justin? It's not worldwide. They're still not doing it, and WB is going into another merger. So that's my thoughts. That's the main necessity for it, is those connections. Apparently, it's very hard to enter into different regions of the world with your product for streaming for some reason.
I don't know why. Just I don't know. Get the UN to just, you know, shake hands and drink beer, and it'll all be fine.
Yeah. Well, that
Well, actually, you know what? If they all just got together, got a bunch of marijuana, and just smoked together, they'd all be cool.
The world needs more marijuana, is what you're saying?
Yes.
That's true. That's true. A lot of these internet fights too is if we all just chilled and, you know.
Well, yeah. That's the main point.
We'd all get along.
Actually, I'm gonna share that story off camera.
Okay. All right.
Well, I once said something that will be said another time.
All right. Well,
I really want to say it now, but I won't.
Okay. Well, Rambo Man left a lot more. So, with David Ayer back in the news with upcoming TV adaptation of his brilliant 2012 movie Endwatch, do you think this improves the chances of the Ayer cut? I didn't see Endwatch. I know he's got some good stuff in there. I know that I got to watch that one. I honestly just don't. There's not a lot of stuff going on about the Ayer cut. Rambo. I would like to say yes, but there's not. Ray, have you heard it? You know, is it any more relevancy to the Ayer cut coming out now? I think a year ago there was more hype about it. Right now, not so much, especially since Peacemaker is now making. They're going to do season 2. James Gunn's getting more properties, so that makes me see if Peacemaker really flopped, then there be rekindled. But I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm wondering if like the IP for End of Watch is just owned by whatever company is making the TV adaptation, and it's not so much like David Ayer is going to have much creative say in it. Maybe just as an executive producer because it was his original work. But other than that, I would be surprised if he had like any like real like creative input in it.
Okay. Aaron or Justin, you have anything to add about David Ayer and the Ayer cut and his
Ayer cut's dead. The idea is dead.
Oh,
wow. The idea is, I'm sorry, but the idea for that people want to.
Also, you really feel.
Yeah. If anything is evidence today, we're not getting the Snyder. Snyder's not coming back. With the Peacemaker news, it clearly proves it. And the merger, guess what? Zasov knows. Like he can't do anything, but Zasov knows about it. He's been talking. The merger is going to be complete, and it's a merger, guys, not a takeover. And Warner Bros. Has the majority control, so they just greenlit this, the second season. Mm-hmm. The Snyder stuff is not coming back because we know from the Batgirl and Flash, and this pretty much sums it up with Peacemaker season 2. I hate to be harsh here, I mean, but I'm being factual in my opinion. Like in my opinion, I think I'm being more factual than.
No, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
You say you hate to be harsh here. Oh.
No, Justin, do you have anything? You haven't really been following the Ayer cut and stuff much. Any chance you think it's got any chance of coming back now It's pretty much the
He was
most
the
people talk
director
about it.
of Suicide Squad,
The
right?
original Suicide Squad. So the
Oh,
cut that
God, that
includes.
fucking shit show.
Oh my
The
God!
best
you
thing
really
to come
feel.
out of that was
He
the
doesn't
soundtrack.
see that's
The soundtrack was amazing.
yes.
I think everyone, right? Raya, wasn't it
Yeah.
good?
Mhm.
Oh, 2016 Suicide Squad.
What other?
Yeah.
Ayer-
Yeah.
yeah.
The soundtrack's amazing. Yes. I mean, like it was good.
Well, Justin, just so you know, though, that wasn't Ayer's original vision. They took over his movie just like they did Zack Snyder and made it, and it hired the music video producers and changed the second half of the movie. So even though your interpretation of it, the Ayer cut may be something completely different on the level of Zack Snyder's Justice League to Joss
I
Whedon's
understand that.
version. Okay,
I understand that, Max.
but it's still no. Big name.
The only thing that I liked about that movie was the soundtrack, much like Maximum
about-
Overdrive.
But Harley Quinn. What about the characters? You like Harley Quinn or?
Of course, I'd like Marley. Of course, I'd like Margot Robbie and her interpretation of Harley Quinn. What's not to love? Like, it's great,
Okay.
but I could live without it. I'm just
I
not.
can't. We haven't.
I'm not
we haven't
invested.
Okay.
Wait, I'm just not invested in that, and I don't know what much else to say.
Sure. Our Rambleman comes back with another amazing question. With Secret Invasion continuing to be shot in the UK at the moment, how excited are you for the series, and how do you think it will rank against the rest of the Disney Plus canon? Well, Secret Invasion, I'm hoping, has a stronger link to the movies, the next version of the Avengers, with Secret Wars. So Secret Invasion should lead into Secret Wars. I'm hoping that it has a higher connective tissue. They all do. They all link up. But I hope it pushes the envelope more like a really not like a prequel, but right up until Secret Wars Avengers. Rhea, what's your thoughts on Rambleman? That Secret Invasion, the TV series for Disney Plus. What's your hopes for it?
Oh, I'm not familiar with this series, unfortunately.
Okay, it's a lot with these. I think it's going to have Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
Samuel Jackson, yes. The
And
Skrulls from Captain Marvel.
And the Skrulls, and
Emilia Clarke.
how some of the characters, maybe even some that you weren't expecting, were actually secretly Skrulls on Earth.
Yeah.
And leading up to this big.
It might be a Skrull invasion.
Uh-oh.
Or something.
No, it seems like an excuse for retconning mistakes.
It could be, Justin, but it could also be interesting and intriguing. I see where you're going there. I
actually didn't know about this series, so
yeah,
it could surprise me.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson getting a series too. Do you like his interpretation of Nick Fury? How about that? Are you glad Samuel L. Jackson?
Did you just ask me if I like Samuel L. Jackson's interpretation of Nick Fury?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I like it.
No. I'm kidding. Dude, who
no one's
would
really
say
had a
no
problem.
to that? Like,
Right.
yes, 100% yes to anything Samuel L. Jackson is a part of.
So
Dude, he
just
nails
like
it out of the park. I don't.
Right.
What kind of a stupid question is that, Max?
Well, I was asking because this is an opportunity for Samuel L. Jackson to really develop more on the character, whereas in other movies
Dude,
he's
just
there.
gonna do Samuel L. Jackson. You
Okay.
get what you pay for, and you pay by the millions.
Yeah.
And Marvel has the millions, so
He kind of
they'll pay
is
him.
playing himself.
And he'll do whatever they tell him to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly how he thinks.
Well, I thought, for example, I like the Hawkeye series. I have at that point before the Hawkeye series, I didn't think Hawkeye got a fair shake at his character, really in-depth character development. So I'm hoping we get that similar thing for Nick Fury as well.
He could also be a Skrull like he was in Spider-Man.
That's true.
Far From Home.
That's true.
And be fake the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, what do you think on Secret Invasion? You hyped for it? What are your expectations for it?
I expect a Skrull invasion, and that's going to have the Skrull Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars is one of the possibilities for the next big event. But based on what I hear based on what I know from Doctor Strange 2, there could be other things that could be a big event that might be leading up to the multiverse stuff, because I heard from Doctor Strange that it doesn't end on a good note, and it's still pretty bad after that. There's a lot of there's a lot of possibilities of a big Avengers level style movie, like Secret Invasion, the Legion, Secret Wars is a possibility, and wherever the multiverse stuff, it could lead to a bigger possibility, and maybe even the space stuff. And we're getting cosmic too, because we still have cosmic stuff and more cosmic stuff. I guess you could tie that in with the Secret Invasion or Secret Wars, but I'm talking more like the Galactus Celestial kind of thing with that, though.
Okay. Oh, we have 3 more questions that were added. Here's Aaron. Are you making a cameo playing Doctor Doom in Multiverse of Madness? The rumors are true. I think they are going to have everyone but me. They should get me though. I would make an appearance. So, like, is that a chubby Doom from YouTube? Yeah, I would love that. I need represented in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
I'm sorry, I just came into chubby person from YouTube, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
No, I think Aaron's question on members' mailbag.
Oh, there's a new clip from Batman, because there was on Jimmy Kimmel's Live just now.
Yeah.
Want me to get it for you?
What's that, Aaron?
There's a new clip on Batman just now.
Oh, I don't want to show it because it's WB.
You're right. You may get hit.
Yeah, the one still.
Want to see it after?
Yeah, we can see it after.
Okay, I'll have it up for you.
Yeah, so
I wish.
What's that, Justin?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. No,
I could have. Never mind.
I know who's in the movie, Doc. I know who's in the movie that they're making cameos. I know more now. Like who, new people I know. I just found out today.
Okay. And then unless people. Well, that was more geared towards me, that question. So we'll get to the Rambling Man. Last week's Rambling Man is still on the pain meds. Did you do last week's? Okay. I might be on something. I may have missed it as my meds are pretty strong. And happy face. Hope you're feeling better, Rambling Man. Still recovering from that injury. Yeah, we just did last week's. Thank you, Rambling Man. You make the show a lot more interesting. I appreciate it. And then the final question is, do you think, and this is from H. Barts, do you think Grogu will be the first Mandalorian Jedi since the creator of the Darksaber? I think so. I haven't heard of any other. What?
Just no.
No? No, Justin?
No.
You don't think he's going to be the first Mandalorian Jedi? He picked the chainmail.
Just no.
Oh, well, I want it to happen. Okay.
Wait, hold on. I'll full screen it because it's all fuzzy. So, what does it say again?
Do you think Grogu will be the first?
Oh, Grogu.
First Mandalorian Jedi since the creator of the Darksaber.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I want it, Rhea. Do you want Grogu, or do you think he will be the first Mandalorian Jedi?
I'm sorry, I've been having hearing issues with my headphones, so my bad.
No problem.
So when I heard Grogu, I heard Rey.
Oh, Rey!
I was like, no.
Rey is coming back, Justin. Don't you know?
Oh God.
I like Rey.
No. That'll be a day in hell when Daisy Ridley comes back. She's
gonna come back. Listen, Goldman.
She's done. No, she's not.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be desperate at some point.
5 more years, though. They always come back. They always say, I'm done. They always come back.
I just saw the clip. You should go. Yeah, I just saw the clip.
Well, Ray, what do you think? Grogu, first Mandalorian Jedi? Since the creation of the Darksaber?
As cool as that sounds, I'm wondering, Grogu's genetics age very slowly, so in the amount of time it'll take for him to become that Mandalorian Jedi, like, you know, where are we going to be at in the timeline, you know, where he'll be, you know, like physically, you know, acclimated to, you know, have both of those skill sets. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Aaron?
Oh yeah. What was the question? I'm trying to about Grogu.
You
The
think
first
Grogu, first Mandalorian Jedi since the Darksaber was created? Oh, since the creator of the Darksaber.
I mean, he's gonna have to train. Obviously, I don't know if he'd be the Jedi, but he'll probably He'll probably will be a Mandalorian, but he'll definitely use the Force. I think.
Definitely. You think he's going to be a Mandalorian Force user, but not necessarily the rank of Jedi.
Yeah.
That's a safe take. I understand that. Yeah.
Because he could have saved. He could have.
Is everyone that uses the Force considered the Jedi?
Yeah.
No, they're
He
not.
could have stayed with. He could have stayed with Luke,
yeah.
learn to be a Jedi, learn more about the Force, and then he could have then reunite with Mando.
Mm-hmm. So that's all we had for today. We could probably go 10 more minutes just to see how was everyone doing. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm okay.
That's good. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I'm okay, but doing better.
Oh, who's that guy on your couch? Is that Bob Ross?
Don't get the Bob Rosses involved.
What is that?
It's Bob Ross.
That's cute.
It's a big Bob Ross that I actually won at an amusement park, and the little Bob Ross is actually I've had them positioned in multiple ways to where like the little Bob Ross. There's a little Bob Ross over there, and I really want to at some point get a car seat in the back of my car to have the big Bob Ross just strapped in there the whole time, just to fuck people. That's just
cool.
for fun. I don't know.
I used to watch Bob Ross all the time when I was a kid.
So did I. It, like his painting was just like it was almost
so
like
soothing.
meditation.
Yeah,
it was just like
that's better than
nice.
ASMR. If you want to go get relaxed, go to bed, put on Bob Ross clip on YouTube. Happy little trees, and then go to bed. That'll put you in a good mood.
Didn't he say like there's no mistake in art? It's just happy.
That's
accidents?
great. That's great. That's so encouraging.
Yeah. It really is. It really is. And we need more positivity like that.
Rhea, do you have are you a fan of Bob Ross at all?
I didn't necessarily grow up watching him, but yeah, I'm familiar with him for sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Anything that you're working what's coming up on the Glimmercast, the hottest new podcast on YouTube?
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to get another episode of the gaming podcast with Retro Complex, Potion Sword Run, Unfiltered, and potentially other guests as well. RJ, Resident Justice. So, yeah, tentatively set for Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I also need to get back to game streaming, playing more Pokemon Legends Arceus for folks. So, yeah.
Cool. I've been I have to get back into some gaming content. I still have my my capture device where I could get some gameplay. There's still a project that I've wanted to do for the longest called Game Stack, and just but I don't have them all in physical. I actually am going to do a video that I've embraced digital. I don't buy physical anymore. It's helped me. I still like physical a lot, but I'm going to have to do Game Stack, but it's not going to all be a physical games of certain genres. Like I like shoot 'em ups, I like platformers, so a stack of that. And then sometimes I'll say only for a certain system, and go through them. I was hoping maybe to get Zod or Cyrus to do that with me and then show the video clips, sort of like Metal Jesus Rocks Hidden Gems videos, like a stack of games. I like Metal Jesus Rocks. Anyone watch?
No, I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah. I'd like to meet him someday.
He was one of the first retro video game YouTubers I started watching, and then I started to go down the rabbit hole and get more. I I guess like more community like engagement and get to know more like folks like in the outer like sectors of like those same communities, like movie talk and video games and stuff. So yeah, that's how I landed here.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no problem.
Rhea.
So I mean, that's what I'm. Aaron likes posting as me. That's Aaron. I dig Pattinson's.
I watched the clip. That's why, like I said.
Oh, okay. The Batman is a masterpiece.
I
actually think I'm going to go back and do. I've come since I've been doing movie talk so much. I don't want to spoil it for any of my panelists and friends, but I've kind of come around where I'm like, I don't mind to be spoiled as much. I might do review reactions again to like Grace or someone, because they're always the first to put out the review of the Batman, and I might do a reaction. I think I'm going to plan for that.
Yeah.
But my back to my video game stuff, it's more like my hidden gems type. Because there's a genres that I really like beat 'em ups and shmups, and there's some really great games that have come out recently. And also, I reevaluating my favorite of all time. There's a new beat 'em up coming out that I just found out today. There's the new Turtles, the new Shredder's Revenge looks amazing. I forget what the one I found today was, and it looks exactly like Streets of Rage and Final Fight Together, and it just the pixel art's really cool. So I got to do. If I have enough time, I want to do. That's a goal for me too, is to do like a hidden gem type video gaming and called Game Stack and get audited on Cyrus. All right, so I think that's where we're winded down. Anyone else want to add anything, Aaron? Justin, this week in bullshit, what are you working on, man?
Oh, that's going to be tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. I have no fucking idea what's been happening this week. I've been so busy. So I'm going to have a long day of catch-up tomorrow. I say catch-up as in catch-up, but seriously. By the way, I thought that the Metal Jesus thing, I thought that's like where metalheads go to heaven. I guess
they go to the.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And it's like Lemmy Kilmister is just like, hey, like the Ace of Spades, like he throws it at you, and you're like, this is your card to get into heaven or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea who the guy is.
Yeah, that's funny, because when you think of his name, you don't immediately think of retro video games. So when he says Metal Jesus rocks, I think that started the appeal where his channel grew from the beginning. Sort of like Saggy Melons. Like, what the hell? Saggy Melons? It's very interesting. It gets people like, no, that's part. That's part of
about the name now. Yes.
It gets people going.
Yeah, gets like, what is this? That gets people intrigued.
It's just like, how low can you go?
But yeah, check him out if you like retro video games. He has a lot of hidden gems. The only thing I do see the argument, though, that he raises prices for retro video games after them and his hidden gems, that everyone tries to get them, and then the resellers jack their prices up when he gets a video. That's the problem.
Oh man, that totally sucks. That really
so
does. So you have to be ahead of him.
What do you do though? Or you have to be quick, like you have to be subscribed. Like as soon as he releases a video, I'm getting that before the rest of the viewers catch on. So.
I do have a question to pose to the panel. Outside of all of this, movie stuff, what is a channel or two outside of that you actually enjoy watching for leisure, as opposed to catching up on
That's
the
a good
news
question.
of the day, or like the nerd culture?
Outside of nerd culture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to watch. So like, it's super random, but like a lot of like all these old like mafiosos from like the 70s and 80s are now on YouTube, and
Really?
they just go on, and they go like a lot of them have done
I
jail
didn't know
time,
about
but now
this.
they're out on parole and stuff, and they're just spilling the beans on like their whole life stories and all the people they killed, and doing interviews and stuff like that. So that's actually
me
really
some
captivating
links.
for me to watch.
Rhea always has surprises.
Dude, that's
up her sleeve.
incredible.
Yeah, like
love
legit
that.
ass like gangsters like from New York, like the Italian like mob like folks.
So you got to recommend. You
So-
got to recommend
Well-
some now. You got to tweet it out or something so we can go check it out.
Well, part of me is like, how much of this is kind of bullshit, or how much of it is all of my associates are now either been executed or they died of old age, so now I can say whatever I want.
It is the, largely that as well. They're like in their 70s, like early 80s, so they're about to
They
croak
don't give a
anyway.
shit. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Most
Okay.
of my YouTube watching is
For
is-
leisure.
is
You know,
nerd
yeah.
culture. I watch movie trailers. I watch video game trailers. I'm pretty much in my zone. I was watching a little bit too much like news clips from Fox News, CNN, the Young Turks at one point, and I got away from that.
You've been watching the Young Turks?
I watch all angles from stories sometimes just to watch clips
No.
because they do hot takes. They
Not
do
the
hot
Young Turks.
I know. I shouldn't have let you know that, but yes, I have.
You know what?
sometimes
You should watch Actual Justice Warrior. He has a lot of Anna Kasparian memes, which is
Okay.
great.
I don't know that.
Makes
I
fun
don't
of her
know
all
him.
the time, and also I don't like her at all. And Roger Waters even.
But I've actually but I have been slowing down on watching that. I've been feeling better about that part. Like it's like it's all the same over and over and over again. Yeah.
No, okay. Well, what about you, Aaron? What's a YouTube channel that is involved in the kind of things that we talked about or ever talk about that you're interested in? I always like to ask this,
Well,
and
when it's not,
same goes for the chat.
when it's not movies or TV shows, or I usually like to watch sports channels or like wrestling channels because I'm into that. And yes, sometimes that stuff can get chaotic because sports and wrestling always is chaotic. And once in a while, I like to listen to like watch music videos on YouTube because they're free.
I sometimes watch like edits of stuff and weird stuff, but that turned out bad on the last stream. I watched Spider-Man, but everyone's horny, and people did not like that. They're like,
I
"This is
watched
weird."
that. Yeah.
I just come across random stuff. Like I did find that Maximili guy that he goes around being Kermit on Omegle and talking to random strangers. Sometimes I watch that stuff, but then that got boring because all he basically shows is everyone is zucchini all the time. I'm like, this joke is getting so stale. I want something else.
If I'm in a bad mood and I go on YouTube, I try to find something that something puts me in a good mood.
I was actually considering doing Omegle and doing movie madness with random strangers talking about movie topics. But I want to make sure that my like IP is covered and stuff. I have to figure that out and record it and then edit it and put it up as a video. Hey, this is Max from a million sub YouTube channel, Movie Madness and Entertainment. I'm coming to you on Omegle to talk about movies. Or do you have movie madness? What movie makes you mad? Or something like that.
Wait, you have 1 million subs now?
No, that's what I'm going to tell the people. Like, they don't know.
Oh, in like 10 years, sure.
No, I'm never getting 1 million subs.
Well,
But I think,
YouTube in 10 years, so what is that going to be like?
you think that's a good idea, or should I stay away from that?
Stay away.
Stay away from Omegle? I think I should try it.
Because he uses Kermit
Wait.
the Frog. You do more.
Do you know what it
actually
is,
do this.
Justin?
No.
It's like a video platform. You connect to random people.
Oh, Omegle?
Omegle, yes. Did I say it wrong? I said it
Oh.
wrong.
Oh.
I'll edit it. It's not going to be live. I'm sure I'm going to see a bunch of stuff that I
Okay.
want to.
No. I've had my experiences when I was 14.
They might think you're Creep Max.
Yeah, that's possible. I want to be careful with the underage people. I want to make sure, but I'll edit them out. And I'll, bad idea, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's just say I pretended to be a woman, and it led to a lot of terrible things.
Okay.
I
All
was just like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pretend to be like the same age I am. Like I'm like 17. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna be like a girl here, and like the amount of creeps on there at the time.
Oh, Oh,
yeah.
okay.
was so bad. It was so bad. Like a decade ago. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sure.
These
I'm sure.
people were just. I'm not even gonna go into it. It's
Okay.
horrible. It's
Bad
horrible.
idea, Max. Bad idea. All right.
Moving on.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had for tonight. Thank you for watching. Go support Rhea, Justin, and Aaron. Thank you for supporting members Mailbag. I'll probably be back tomorrow night for MME. You know, I gotta watch the last. Is the last Peacemaker out yet?
Yes, tomorrow, whenever tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have the
What the hell is that?
Peacemaker.
Well, actually, it's today,
Is
Brian.
that the
but-
John Cena show?
yeah.
Okay. I heard something about like a bird hugging him or something. I don't know.
Yes, an eagle.
Eagly.
Yeah, eagerly.
Okay.
Niner for Life says, Max and Ray, have you watched the Shenmue animated series yet?
No,
Anime.
I need to watch it. Yeah, I'm aware that it's been announced. I didn't know that it was already out though.
Thanks, ProtossX. All right, yeah, we'll check it out. Well, I know everyone's got a busy night, so and it is 12:30, so that's usually late for me. So thank you for joining. Everyone have a great night.
Take
We'll
care,
see
everybody.
you soon.
Bye.